Hi, it's Chantelle here from Fiberific, and here at Fiberific we like to talk about all things yarn craft related. That's knitting, crocheting, spinning. You use yarn, we probably have something to do with it, maybe. In today's video I want to talk to you about decreasing in our knit stitches. In particular, I want to talk to you about the center double decrease. There are various forms of it. The style of center double decrease I'm going to show you today is the, okay, you ready for it? Slip 2, knit 1, pass slip stitches over. I just call it center double decrease. It's my go-to. Now you might have a different go-to center double decrease, so make sure you pop it in the comments below so I can check it out. I'm always interested in learning new things. You can use a center double decrease in a myriad of projects. One designer that I see using it a lot is Boo Knits, and she uses it in her lace work. So this is your center double decrease line here. So you can see it creates a beautiful ridge of stitches, and it does take 2 stitches out of each row or each repeat. So you need to, if you want to make it square like this is, you need to make sure you're adding 2 back in. So here I've gone with yarn overs. This is actually a motif out of Boo Knits' free pattern, the Dragonfly Shawl. Dragonfly Wing Shawl. I stuffed it again. The link is in the description down below. So it doesn't matter what I call it, just click the link. Anyway, so this pattern is a really beautiful, easy pattern to use, and it creates this beautiful raised stitch. Now you may not be interested in lace, but you still need to do a double decrease. So what else you can use it for is just straight up decreasing. If you've got a nice raglan that you want to create a little bit of a detailed decrease, you don't want it to be a hidden decrease, you can totally go with this one. It creates a beautiful ridge of stitches. As you can see, again, it reduces 2 stitches per row, and I have not done any increases to make up for it. So this is just a straight up shape that you'll end up with. It ends up making a bit of a kite shape. So we've got that. So let's learn how to do this. Now in this video I'm going to show you how to do the center double decrease in both continental knitting as well as throwing styles. The stitches themselves are exactly the same, but it does look a little different depending on your knitting style. And also keep an eye out, because I'm also going to show you how to unknit the stitches or tink the stitches. So once you've done it, you can go back and undo it if you need to, if you make a mistake, whatever. So you keep an eye out for those. I'm going to start here with the Continental Stitch. I'm just using some Andromeda DK 8-ply in the colorway Joss. And I've also got the ChowGoo fixed circulars in 4.5mm, 24 inches. Now, I did all my swatching and sampling on my go-to 4.5mm straights from ChowGoo. There wouldn't be any problem with that. I could totally do that, except for, you know, I just can't get the knitting in the shot because of the length of the needles. So that's why I've changed over. You can totally use whatever needles you want to use whenever you want to use them, except if you're doing it on camera, apparently. Okay, so let's get this going. So what we need to do to create this decrease is you need to knit in pattern across to 1 stitch before the actual decrease row, okay? So in pattern for me, it's just plain knit stitches. I'm not doing anything fancy here. So we just knit across and we get to the 1 stitch beforehand. Okay, so we're at our 1 stitch before. Then picking up these 2 stitches as if we're going to knit them, we just slip them straight onto the other needle. We knit this stitch and then we pass those 2 stitches over. See how they've just gone in and joined into that row? Now mine are a bit elongated. I've done this a couple of times on this row. I probably should have moved up a little. And then you just continue on with your knit. Now to undo it, what you need to do is you pull tight on your needle and you create a big loop here so that you can see it really easily. You don't need to, as you get used to it, you don't need as big a gap, but while we're learning, you pop your needle from front to the back in to undo that knit stitch. Now that's just a straight up tink of a knit stitch. We'll do that again shortly, but we are now up to our center double decrease, which looks a bit trickier. So the first thing you have to do is we need to lift off those slip stitches. So we go from the back to the front, and we literally just slip them back over, okay? Now, it doesn't matter if the other stitch is over here or on this side. If it's on this side, it's a bit easier. If it's not, it doesn't matter because it's just going to pull straight out. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So from front to the back, and you unknit it and see how that just pulled straight out from under the other stitches, and that's come off. Now, because these are twisted because of how we put them on, we need to untwist them. So we're going to go over this side and slip them off that way and see how they just are sitting right where we want them now. And then to unknit the next stitch, we just go from the front to the back, and that puts them in the correct way. So they're all sitting ready to go again. Okay, so now we're going to go to the throwing method, or the English method. So I need to move my yarn to the other side and into my other hand. This is not my natural playground. Okay, so we're going to knit across to one stitch beforehand, so we're in the right spot. Then we're going to slip them as if we're to knit them. Then we want to knit this stitch, and then we need to pass these two stitches over, and see, they sit exactly the same. These are all continental, this one's done throwing, they sit exactly the same. It just depends on your knitting style as to what you prefer to do. Okay, so we've knit across a few stitches to keep going, but we need to tink that back as well. So again, you want to pull a bit of tension on your yarn, you insert your needle from front to back, and you slip it off. So in again, and then slip it off. Now we're up to our special stitch here, our center double decrease. We want to go from the back to the front and drop that back over onto this needle. So this time round, I actually happen to get it over the top of that, so that's nice, that's a bonus. And then we just want to slip that knitted stitch off, then go in from the, so we want to go, instead of from the left to the right, we're going to go from the right backwards to the left, so that they untwist freely. There we go. And then we just keep going. And then we can go back onto our project. So that's how we center double decrease, how we tinker back, using both continental knitting method or the throwing knitting method. If you've got another way you like to do a center double decrease, let me know. Have you ever tried tinking before? Let me know that as well. Pop it in the comments down below. If you like this video, press the like button. If you would like to catch more of my tutorials, my ramblings, my talkings, all things yarn, or even my Thursday live streams, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future uploads. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.